Thailand behind the wheel. International driving permit. If you're planning on driving on your next holiday in Thailand, there's one document you really shouldn't be without. In this episode of Thailand Behind the Wheel, I want to talk about the International Driving Permit, or IDP, why in most cases you should get one, and how to go about it. Many people holding a UK or EU driving licence believe that is all they need to drive a vehicle in Thailand while on holiday. Whilst it's true that many rental companies will rent you a car or motorbike without checking if you hold the correct documentation, that does not change the legal requirements for the driver. Not having an IDP could lead to a roadside fine, a visit to a local police station, detention of the vehicle, complications with vehicle or travel insurance, personal liability for damage or injury, even complications with immigration if you are involved with a serious collision or criminal investigation. What I want to achieve through this video is an outline of the legal requirement and why you should make every effort to comply with the law even when everyone else appears not to. Firstly, it's so simple to get an IDP that there really isn't any excuse for not getting one. In the UK, IDPs are issued through participating PayPoint stores offering post office services. You can find your nearest participating branch by visiting the UK government website Driving Abroad. There's a link in the description. The fee itself is negligible, just £5.50 at the time of publishing this video, and the permit is issued while you wait. All you need is a valid driving licence, a recent passport-sized photograph and the application fee. The whole process usually takes just a few minutes. The IDP is issued for all the vehicle categories you hold in the UK. It simply translates your existing entitlements. Importantly, it does not create any new ones. So if you don't hold a licence to ride a motorbike in the UK, you are not legally permitted to ride one in Thailand. That doesn't mean that a motorbike rental shop won't rent you one, but it does leave you exposed to risks you probably don't want to face whilst on holiday. You are also advised to carry your original DVLA driving licence, as the IDP is simply an internationally recognised translation of your driving licence, not an actual licence. At this point, I should state clearly that I'm not a lawyer, either in the UK or Thailand. This video is intended for general information only and is based on my understanding and experience of spending time in and driving around Thailand. Okay, let's get back to the IDP. The permit required for Thailand is the 1968 Vienna Convention International Driving Permit. This is the version you need to request when applying. As I've already said, it's normally issued on the day you apply, and it's valid for up to 36 months from the date of issue, or until your UK licence expires, whichever comes first. Although the permit itself remains valid for up to 3 years, in Thailand, foreign visitors are generally permitted to drive using their home driving licence together with an IDP for up to 90 days from the date they enter Thailand. If you intend to remain in Thailand for longer than that, you should obtain a Thai driving licence. That's the subject of another video. There's currently no practical way of replacing a lost UK-issued IDP whilst you're in Thailand, so it's sensible to keep a photocopy or scanned copy in a secure location in case you need the details if the original is lost. If you've driven in Thailand, I'd love to hear about your experiences. Have you been stopped at a police checkpoint? Been involved in an accident? Had a dispute with an insurance company or hire shop? Perhaps you've got a driving related story about something you'd wish you'd known before you arrived. Leave a comment below, or if it's a longer story, send it to the email address in the description. With your permission, I'd like to feature some of your experiences in future videos to help other travellers and expats stay safe. So, what do expats online say? To summarise discussions on the AC and Now forum, regardless of any legal debate about whether an IDP is strictly necessary, most admit that for the relatively small costs and inconvenience of obtaining one, you're just better off with one. It's a small investment that removes one potential complication should anything go wrong. It could save time and avoid unnecessary complications if you're stopped by police or involved in an accident. In my own experience, and from conversations I've had with people who've lived in Thailand for years, having all your documentation in order usually makes any interaction with authorities quicker and less stressful. That's not to suggest that dealing with police is automatically a negative experience. Nevertheless, having the correct paperwork is always preferable and generally creates less friction. In my experience, keeping interactions with law enforcement as brief and simple as possible is generally a good idea. We'll spend a lot of time on this channel talking about reducing risk on Thailand's roads, but it's equally important to recognise good driving when we see it. Stay with us until the end of this video for a clip that is sure to make you smile. One person's experience is just that, but if enough people share their stories, we can start to build a picture of what visitors and expats are actually encountering on Thailand's roads and helping each other stay safe. One thing to bear in mind when driving in Thailand is that although there are some similarities, the rules are not the same as they are in the UK. If you'd like to drive more safely and confidently, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment and join me as we explore the rules, the realities and the real-life experiences of driving in the land of smiles. Where holding an IDP could make the greatest difference is following a road traffic collision. The effect of not holding an IDP on vehicle insurance can depend on the policy wording, the circumstances of the collision and whether you were legally entitled to drive. Likewise, your travel insurer could refuse or reduce a claim if you were considered to be driving illegally or in breach of their policy terms. The last thing you want is to discover that there's a technical problem after an accident. Unfortunately, despite some improvement in road safety, Thailand continues to have one of the highest road traffic fatality rates in the region and remains well above the global average. With that in mind, it's worth taking a few simple precautions before you travel. An IDP costs very little, takes only a few minutes to obtain, and could save you significant difficulty if you're ever involved in a collision or stopped by police. Finally, an international driving permit is not a driving license. It's an internationally recognised translation of your existing driving license and must always be used together with your original UK driving licence. For this reason, some people mistakenly believe that an IDP is unnecessary because it is not a translation into Thai language. Instead, it is the internationally recognised document adopted by Thailand under the 1968 Vienna Convention. In that sense, it forms part of the documentation you should have in your possession if you want to drive in Thailand. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please like and share it. If you'd like to hear more about driving in Thailand, hit the subscribe button. And if you have any stories, advice or experience of driving in Thailand, feel free to leave a comment below. This clip is a perfect example of what makes me smile about many Thai drivers. The spatial awareness on display here gives me confidence that beneath the apparent chaos, there are some genuinely impressive driving skills. Thanks again for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video and found it helpful. If you did, please give it a like, share it with anyone you think could find it useful, leave a comment below. I'd love to hear about your own experiences. Don't forget to subscribe as it really helps the channel grow and it means more people can find this information. Thanks again for watching and I'll see you next time.